Yeah, like tag them.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the You Only Wear Black Socks podcast because of an off comment that somebody made in passing about it being embarrassing to wear white socks. The show.
Hello.
Hello. There might be some deep personal stuff interlaced with that, but, today we're going to be talking about food. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about fantasy food. So what we have here on our laptop here, this is our first tier list episode.
It is.
And
the girl showing me her Krabby Patty secret formula.
She is. It's she sent it in the group chat. I don't know if it was an accident, but
I don't know. She showed me. She let me slurp on her kelp shake. That's all I'm saying.
okay. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. I have made the list, so some of these you haven't seen, and I'm very excited.
I see this one down here. That might be the one that caught my eye. I don't know.
We are very thorough, as you will see with our tier lists.
What was it, 61?
This one in particular has 61. I did a little window shopping, looking at some other community tier lists. Nobody had anything good. There wasn't any good stuff. So
we're calling you out. If you're
we
gonna
are
do a fantasy food tier list, do it better.
Don't make like 12 foods. Then it's like one per tier.
Yeah, or you just only pick the ones that are actually good and you put them all on.
I know. Here we've got good stuff. We've got bad stuff. There's some stuff out of pocket.
We've got some amazing
stuff. And I'm very excited. So I think I'm going to let you take the helm here and want to just start from the top and go forth.
Yeah, sure. So it looks like some of these may be like you couldn't get like exact copies of the pictures, so you might have to.
Yeah, I'll fill you in on. Also the cropping feels weird. So, is what it is.
So the first one we're talking about here is the Wonka chocolate bar.
Yeah, the Willy Wonka chocolate bar.
This is what Charlie was running through town looking for. This is what got Joe out of that bed. I'm
going to say specifically with the golden ticket.
With the golden ticket?
I included the golden ticket, so that's going to make the value go up.
I think that's pretty clear. With the golden ticket, that means I'm getting a free ride to even more candy. And chocolate, It can cure Joe getting out of whatever the hell was wrong with them.
He got up and danced. Dude, I feel like I remembered the ticket more than I remember the bar. Is that weird?
No.
Because in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like when
they suck on the bar for like 4 seconds and then they never mention a plain chocolate bar.
Yeah. Like I don't even remember the wrapping, so when I saw the wrapping I was like, oh, that's weird, but I definitely remember the ticket.
I remember the wrapping because I always liked the branding that they put on it, especially with that like squiggly S.
Yeah.
But you know what I remember a lot from that movie? The guy who sold the chocolate bar.
Okay.
Like that, I don't know what it was.
To Charlie?
Yeah, his line delivery was just really good.
I don't remember him.
The guy in the store, well, we should rewatch it one day, but the guy in the shop, I don't know, he was just like, Charlie, you got to run home with that. Like,
yeah.
It was just very
I do remember.
It was just
he was like, you won? That's so cool. He was like, you won?
Snooze. Yes.
Yes.
I think so. We can take that one. And are we in agreement that one just goes?
That one goes to S. Hard to beat.
It is.
I would say maybe.
Are we gonna order them by like if we put another one in S?
We can.
Is it better or worse?
And we can adjust it as we go. Okay. I think now, honestly, I'm a little biased because I know what else is on the list. Might be an A for me.
Might.
Yeah. But we can put it there for now.
Even with the golden ticket,
dude. Yeah.
Wow.
First of all, you got to think if you have the golden ticket, the likelihood you're gonna die is pretty high, or get permanently altered. Like, sure, we're not greedy kids, but like, I mean, if you look at the mortality rate of the tour for the Wonka Factory,
kids, but again, you put me in a chocolate factory, you might see a side of me you've never seen.
I might chew a piece of gum and turn to a giant blueberry.
You might.
So for me, that's what it is,
bro. Okay. What is this one?
So the next one, the image is cropped. It's a full image. And this one has a special place in my heart. It's the Imaginary Feast from Peter Pan. So, you know how it's like all empty bowls, but then when you believe, it's like I think it's just frosting. Like it's just straight sweets and stuff.
Yeah.
For me, I really like it. I think a fair placement for it's B.
Okay, I was going to say C, so I could take it up
at first,
put it to the beat.
I feel like the gimmick makes it cool.
Yeah.
If it was just the feast,
have to believe.
And there was no belief, I would go, okay, it'd be a lot lower. But the fact that once you believe, you can actually eat like whatever food you want, I think that's cool enough to put it up.
Okay, I can agree with that. All right.
So the next one we have is the
poisoned apple.
Yeah, the poisoned
Snow White.
Yep, the Snow White poisoned apple. I know. Gut reaction might be okay. That's F tier. I'm not making it through if I eat that.
That it has, man.
The aura is pretty high. Also, dude, could be useful.
I mean, it could.
Which is out of pocket, but it could be.
But are we talking about this? Are we going to tier these things in the sense of would we want to eat them?
Yeah, I guess. What are we? I guess that's
like
that's a fair
stipulations
point.
Here. I think aura is one of them. Mm-hmm. You know, like
how iconic it is. Yeah,
that has aura. How iconic it is. I think would you want to eat it has got to be.
It definitely has to be on there.
And I think, you know, despite the fact that it's poison, right? It does have aura, and I mean the Snow White poison apple. That's pretty iconic. So I think it maybe bumps his way up to D tier.
D tier
from F, in the fact that once we eat it, we do die.
Yeah, but like I want my enemies to eat it though.
Okay.
May your enemies never prosper.
We give them a slice of it. Perhaps.
I mean, it could be. I'd say D is probably a fair.
Maybe a high D.
I would say yeah.
All right.
The next one is and this one's gross to me. This is the chocolate cake from Matilda.
Oh.
The fat kid who she makes eat. Evil woman, gotta just say that. Terrible evil woman.
The actress did an amazing job.
Yeah, dude, when she jumps from the top.
Why is she holding a shot put like the whole movie?
Dude, I really like that they kind of made her like supernaturally strong.
Yeah.
What a cool character trope. For me, that's F.
It's gotta be.
Dude, there are
that scene makes me gag.
Yeah, there are some gross foods I have in here. It might be close to the worst for me.
Yeah, that's terrible. Okay.
So the next one that we have is Red Gush from Johnny Test.
For those of you who don't know, yeah.
It's like a soda or a pop, depending on where you're from. Or Coke, depending on where you're from.
It's not Coke.
It's not. It's Red Gush.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was so hard for me to find an image of this. Probably. I had to go to the Johnny Test wiki.
Is it actually in? It's
not.
Minimal.
I don't think it's that many. I think it's referenced a lot.
More than
we do talk a lot about it. It's referenced a lot, but it doesn't come up a lot. In the newer, if you know, Johnny Test got a reboot. Yeah. In the reboot, he turns into like the mascot in one of the episodes, or he becomes like, I don't know if it's an invention or he turns into the guy, but it's hard to find an image of just a bottle of Red Gush. So,
okay.
If I'm thinking it's going to be like Faygo Red Pop, let's just say,
I'm thinking it's like this mythical flavor.
Really?
Right? And Aura, obviously. I mean, it's
got the skinny middle.
Yeah.
Like dumbbell shape.
It's only got, very minimal branding. Right? Even the top is off kilter. It's not even in the center.
Yeah.
Right? And with how much this comes up in our lives, right? I want to drink this.
I definitely want to drink it.
This is A to S for me.
A to S?
I
think it's A.
I think A is a fair place to put it.
The thing is, I feel like what kills it is nobody really knows about it.
Yeah, that's true. So, despite the fact that we think it has it's not iconic at all.
It's definitely not.
Does that even knock it down to B because of how uniconic it is?
Like, actually, probably.
I think even Peter Pan Feast might
as much as it saddens me. Sorry, I was looking at some of the images. Okay. So the next image, it looks horrible because of the cropping.
This is the cheese from
This is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid cheese touch slice. Okay, so here we're at a crossroads because
this is
Aura,
one of the most iconic.
Everyone knows it
of all time, right?
Flavor, not very good.
Do I want to eat it? We're in the basement. I'm actually digging a hole.
Here's what this might be a wild take. Thinking C.
I think we go to say the same thing.
We go F tier for the flavor, S tier for how iconic it is. Just slap down in the middle, probably C.
Yeah, and I mean it does have aura.
Yep.
Dude, that was a ride. right? The cheese touch was a ride when it first like dropped.
I know, right?
Dude's got like Jeff Kinney's got like 1 million books now.
I know.
Pumping these out, bro. He found his niche, and
I wonder how much money he's made in total off of it. It's got to be a boatload, right?
You'd think. I mean, just purely off schools buying them, I feel like.
Yeah. I always wonder what it's like to be a writer or an artist who gets known for like one thing. Like one example that I'll say is the creator of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah,
like he doesn't really do that much else. Or I mean, if he does, he doesn't put a lot of it out because I love his work. Like his art style is great. He's a great writer, obviously.
Yeah.
And all these accolades, but it's all tied up in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's got to make you wonder how he feels about that.
The thing is, though, if I was like a musician, I would much rather have like written a theme song that carries me through the rest of my life than
Simple Plan.
Simple Plan. I mean, they have actual like
That's
popular songs though, but like Remy Zero. No one knows Remy Zero for anything but the Smallville theme song.
Yeah.
You know, but they've probably, dude, at its peak, I mean, that show ran for 10 seasons. You're getting royalties. I'm chilling with that.
That's true.
You know, whoever wrote the Total Drama theme song needs more money than they need. I don't know what they're
I can guarantee.
But he needs more. All right, let's move on.
So next up, we have Tiana in Forgive Me, Please. I'm a white guy from the Midwest. Her beignets, or however you pronounce it. Yeah. So, dude.
These things?
I feel like...
I don't think they're crazy iconic.
I don't think so either. It's also like a traditional dish.
It is.
So I don't think you go, oh, Tiana's beignets. It's more like about the thing.
Yeah.
That being said...
Dude, I want to eat it.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I think maybe high B tier.
Yeah. I would say, for me, personally, less than Red Gush.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So I would slap it in the B tier.
Okay. All right.
Okay, cool. So next up, we've got a fair string of SpongeBob-related items. You have to. SpongeBob, so iconic.
Yeah. We could have done this with regular show as well.
Yeah.
We have a few, but, you know, it's something new in every other episode.
Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to not find somebody who doesn't want a Krabby Patty. And that, yeah, I do have, yeah. So the Krabby Patty is the, and I mean... It's a legend.
It is. It's so legendary that it's made its way into the real world.
Yes.
Not done well, by the way.
Not done well.
I'm very disappointed in Wendy's. But, I mean, you're talking about, do you want to eat it?
Yes.
Almost everyone wants to eat it. Right? How iconic is it? It's probably the most iconic thing on this list. I would have to say,
yeah.
And then, what was the other one? Aura. Dude, a Krabby Patty's got
Aura.
You
don't
know what the secret formula is.
Exactly.
Right? Your girl told me hers, but Mr. Krabs still hasn't told me this much. So, I mean, that's pretty firm.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, that's got it. And that's even above the golden ticket.
Yeah, can you swap it? Okay, yeah. Cool.
All right.
Next up, we have Pretty Patties. A slight...
That's what my girlfriend said that Wendy should have done, except for
dude,
instead of the Krabby.
That's a banger idea.
Because Burger King did the Wednesday patty.
Yeah.
If you hand me a burger with a purple bun, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
You know what? They also Burger King also did that for Spider-Verse.
Did they?
Yeah. I got one with Sebi, actually. And it's like all red. I mean, that's just an American thing. Yeah. You just... throw red 40 on something and
well, all right.
Is it gonna taste better? Probably not.
All right, Pretty Patties, less aura than Krabby Patties.
Definitely.
I don't even think they're that iconic.
I don't think they are either.
I would almost, and you know what? I don't really want to eat one.
You know, I could see the argument for that. Me personally, I want to eat the one that reminds the Scottish guy of home, and it's plaid.
Yeah. Okay. Where would you want to eat it though?
Okay, so like here's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Aura is probably like a D tier.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know.
People in D tier.
Dude, I think it would be a crime to put it above the cheese touch cheese.
I think it would be. I almost think it would be a crime to put it above the apple. I'm thinking D tier, but if you had an argument for C tier, I'd be.
Here's the thing. Everyone wants to eat a Krabby Patty. Does that extend to a Pretty Patty?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I don't know why. I feel like a Pretty Patty would taste worse, even though
for sure.
I don't know. Maybe it would. Maybe it wouldn't. But
Because if it didn't taste worse, everyone would be ordering those instead of Krabby.
That's true. That's true. So the one that is glow in the dark and it. Oh wait, didn't it end up being like poisonous or something?
I thought so.
Why did they mob him? I forget. The one guy, his tongue. Yeah, it like makes their tongue a certain color or something.
Maybe. It's been a long time since I've seen the episode.
Yeah, I could go D.
D?
Better than the chocolate cake, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Next up, chocolate cake?
Next up, we have the Krabby Patty that they used to kill the health inspector. Dude, okay.
Iconic? Very.
Everyone's seen that picture.
Yeah, that's got to be an S tier for iconography. Do I want to eat it?
No.
F. At least the chocolate cake wouldn't kill you.
Dude, that looks like they dug it up from the Marianas Trench. It looks disgusting.
So right now we're sitting around C, right?
Yeah.
S and F. Does it have aura?
I mean, yeah. I don't think it of itself stands out above
any
Cheese Touch.
No.
So maybe C or, dude, I don't know.
I think it's more iconic than Pretty Patties.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe in between Pretty Patties and the apple.
I think right here.
I'm agreeable to that.
Okay.
So next up. Oh. Okay, so next up we have got the corporate Krabby Patty. This might not be one that you're too familiar with. Here, if you want, I can pull up a fuller image.
It's not made with love.
It's not made with love. It's just straight up sand on the inside, and that's when the Krusty Krab got bought out and it became like a big corporation. So, you know, that's that pretty much. So, dude, nobody really knows about it.
No.
Also, would be disgusting to eat, I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's not repulsive. I think it came out of like a test tube, and then they formed it to make it look like it.
A patty.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking somewhere here. Right?
I'm thinking F tier personally.
I am too, but above the
cake for sure.
All right, Chum from the Chum Bucket.
Next up, we have Chum from the Chum Bucket.
Chum Bucket. I have always wanted to eat something from the Chum Bucket.
Really?
Yeah, I have always wanted to eat Chum from the Chum Bucket.
I don't know, man.
Dude, he made like the Chum corn dogs and stuff.
Yeah, he did. Which I have one of the other Chum variations.
I would put that bad boy.
I mean, people know about the Krabby Patty. People know about the Chum Bucket.
They know about the Chum Bucket, man.
They do.
And they know about the Chum from the Chum Bucket. Does it have aura? Dude, he's giving it to you in a bucket.
It is in a metal bucket.
It's got aura, right? But do you want to eat it? Most people know. Me, yes. I would...
More than the Cheese Touch?
I don't think more than the Cheese Touch, but I do think more than D tier.
Yeah, I would be agreeable to putting it below.
Dude, this one is crazy. I love that one.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've got some good ones in here.
All right.
So next up, I think this is the second to last SpongeBob one. So after this, it's less SpongeBob stuff. But we have the Chum Burger. So it just looks gross. It's a less known version.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't want it either. I think it belongs in F tier personally.
Where do you think it belongs? Would you rather eat that than the corporate burger?
No.
Would you rather eat that over the cake?
I think the corporate burger is supposed to be like meat substitute.
Yeah.
No, definitely the cake is the worst for me still.
Still?
That scene is horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to that kid who recorded.
Do you have anything from Chowder?
I do have stuff from Chowder.
Interesting.
So the next one is the pies from Brave.
Ooh.
The little cherry one. I think this is pretty good. I think we're not the target demographic for the Brave movie.
That's true.
So I think
like that movie.
I like it too. It's probably my second favorite, I would say.
I will say this about that movie. They did a really amazing job in the first hour of that movie.
Yeah.
And I think the quality sort of drops after.
For the storyline?
Yeah, they sort of go... They just sort of start treating... Her name is Meredith, right?
Yep.
They just sort of undo her character development, I think, or just make her act out of character. I do really love the beginning of the movie, the whole strong, powerful, woman and all that. And I think it's a really good movie and they do it really well. Up until a certain point, I just feel like it starts to feel out of touch for me. But I do still think that
I could see that.
Yeah, if I watch the movie, I'm never no, we shouldn't watch Brave. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Plus, anything Irish or Scottish, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm sat down, legs crossed. I'm watching.
Yeah. So the the triplets or whatever, they're like, it's got to be good if they're going that hard for it.
Is it crazy well known?
Probably not.
No. Especially of the general like Pixar stuff, you know, you've got even like Pizza Planet and stuff over that.
And the stuff that I didn't add Pizza Planet. I should have. So whatever. The things
Pizza Planet would be S. I'm just gonna put that.
Even the things on here, like looking at it, as far as it's well known, not really.
Not all of them are. Well, I mean, some of these are. I would say, do I want to eat it? Is probably like an A tier.
Yeah, it would be good.
I think like B.
I think B too. What about this? You want Tiana's beignets, or do you want those more? I want a beignet more.
I also want a beignet more.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I definitely want those more than the cheese touch or the chum bucket. We're crazy.
The C tier's wilding right now.
I got told that I would be I would eat these.
Yeah. Well,
the fried worms.
The way I phrase this, so yeah, next up is worms from How to Eat Fried Worms. So I did mention this when was this? 2 weeks ago maybe something? I did say if I had to call someone, if somebody challenged me to a worm eating competition, you would have my back. I would have more faith in you than anyone else that I know personally.
I did just eat pasta before I came here. I don't know. You give me a fork, I might be able to get it down.
Okay, but when you think about it thematically, about what it represents and stands for, does that add more to it for you?
I think so. You know,
it's like about like standing up to bullies and
for sure.
And I did like that movie. It was kind of gross. That's very much like a movie made for that's like a boy like a movie.
Third grade movie too. That's like I'm pretty sure they showed me that in school.
Yeah, I have memories of the gym that my mom used to go to.
Yeah.
She would take us there, and we would stay at like the facility for kids or whatever, and they looped that movie. Every time I was there, that movie was on.
It's like a dentist office. Every time you go in, Nemo's on.
Yeah, and so it was always on. So I always remember like watching that then.
I think a lot of people our age, it's probably pretty iconic to them.
I think so too. I think a lot of people at least know about it.
I think it would be C for me, just based on like.
Dude, our C tier is so gross. The cutoff from like regular food to just diabolical, like horrible stuff is pretty. Yeah.
Do you want it more than the cheese touch?
Oh no, I don't think so.
What about the chum bucket?
Dude, I don't think so either.
I also think I'd rather.
I feel like it has like a lot of notoriety, but in a specific age range.
You got to think about the chum bucket. Like this man, he's doing all he can. This is a plankton out here making this, you know? All right, what is this?
So the next one is, I'm trying to see.
It looks like a feast of sorts. Is that a Harry Potter feast?
Yep, it is the Harry Potter feast.
Are we going?
Sorry, the cropping's really small.
Are we going how it looks in the movie?
I know that in actual real life, the food was all rotting.
Yeah, in case you didn't, a little piece of knowledge for you, in case you didn't know. All the actors hated filming the scenes with the feast because outside of the first one, all of the food was rotten because they weren't going to produce that much food every single time they wanted to make it, obviously, because the prices would be more. So it would just be like food that had been there for like a week, just sitting.
You know, you'd think they'd make fake food, like in commercials and stuff, where they use like...
Or like half of it was plastic.
Yeah, you'd think they would do that.
They all eat like one piece of sausage the whole scene. Yeah. You know, it's just crazy.
But...
Given what it is...
Pretty fire.
It is super iconic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Harry Potter, despite its creator, is one of the biggest franchises in the entire world. Dude, it has aura.
Mm-hmm.
The like when they do the Halloween or the Christmas, like
you know about it, man.
And I mean, just like I want to eat it. For me, this is A to S.
I would say A personally.
I think that high A is a great place to put it. Okay, I imagine this is butterbeer.
That is butterbeer. I put butterbeer in there specifically for this distinction. I feel like when you think of Harry Potter, you don't think of like a feast necessarily,
Yeah,
and that's hard to quantify. You go butterbeer.
Or Birdie Bot's every flavor beans.
Or chocolate frogs.
Yeah, like those are the things. I think butterbeer is...
I think butterbeer, in my opinion, is more iconic.
I agree. I think, yes, definitely. Do I want it? Not as much as I want the feast, but I would like to have it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have as much aura as the feast, though, I don't think.
I could get that.
I'm thinking somewhere is like you could make an argument for A or B for me. I don't think it's S, though.
I think I would put it in A.
Would you put it B?
I personally think it would go over the feast because I feel like if you go name a Harry Potter food, I think most people would go butterbeer.
Okay. That's fine.
That's what I would say.
Is this Jake's?
So next up we've got Adventure Time Jake's Ultimate Sandwich. Now, I don't know if you know the ingredients for it.
I don't.
It's pretty crazy. It's got like a full egg on it. He's got bacon. He's got a whole bird on there. Like it's like a full thing. And then correct me if I'm wrong. Haven't watched early Adventure Time in a very long time. I'm pretty sure it gives you powers too. Okay. So, like, you can see it's literally like floating. I know it's definitely like magic. As far as I think a lot of people know about it.
I do think it's an age demographic thing.
That's true. In the cooking community, a lot of people know about it because a lot of people try and recreate it. I know there's a lot of videos on it. Okay. For me, I'm gonna say
high B, low A. I don't think it makes it to S.
I was gonna say like maybe C.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's above fried worms. I think more people probably know about Jake's sandwich over fried worms.
Would you rather eat Jake's sandwich or the chum bucket chum?
Me, Jake's sandwich, but like also, I don't know. You got to think
the chum bucket chum. Yeah.
It's more iconic.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here?
So next up is
the regular show meatball.
Yeah, the regular show death sandwich.
Doesn't it give you karate powers?
You get karate. It's like death food. You get like basically karate. So I made the executive decision when making this. We could have done a lot more regular show, foods. I made the executive decision to include this one. There are obviously classics. The eggs
from Monster House.
Oh, I should have done that. Obviously, there are some classics like the Excellent Challenge. That is personally my favorite episode. The I'm Excellent Challenge. I love that episode. It's very iconic to me. But I think as far as food goes, most people would recognize this. Also because I think it's in an earlier season.
Yeah.
So, pretty sick. Is everyone going to know about it? No.
I'd argue that Jake's sandwich is probably more well-known.
Yeah, I would argue that too. I would also much rather eat that, though, than Jake's sandwich.
And I get... eat the food meatball soap?
Yeah.
So would I, just because it's...
And it gives you a mullet? Right. Maybe that tanks it down a little bit.
I think it fits somewhere around Jake's sandwich.
Dude, for me, behind the worm.
You think so?
Yeah, I think more... I don't know. I think more people know.
I can agree with you for sure. All right, this is Drewby's, right?
Yeah, so this is one that my brother wanted to submit.
Shortcake from...
Yeah, this is strawberry shortcake from Kirby, the Dreamland series. Okay. So I don't exactly know which one it was, and I had a hard time finding the exact one. I did ask him, and he went, "Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of." I don't remember it, but I didn't play Dreamland as much as some of the other ones. Like, Squeak Squad is where I allocated most of my Kirby time to. So I don't exactly know it. I think it increases your health like most.
Probably.
And it looks good. I think that's a good middle-of-the-road, like, B tier, maybe.
B tier? I think probably bottom B.
Yep, that's what I would say, too.
Okay.
Next up, now this one is, I think, going to be pretty high. Just a health potion.
Just a health potion?
Name it from whatever you want. If it's Dungeons and Dragons, if you want to do just like any fantasy game, whatever, health potion. Dude, S tier for me.
You think?
I don't know.
I think it's iconic.
It's iconic. Everyone knows about a health potion.
Yeah, if you see a red health potion and you said, "Hey, this is magical. What do you think it does?" Someone would be like, "I don't know, it'll give you more health."
Yeah, and it's arbitrary what that means.
Yeah.
But like, if I can like have my arm cut off and then I drink it and my arm grows back. Like, for me, dude, that's S tier.
I would argue high A, so I could give you
S.
S.
I don't think, That's nicher, in my opinion, than Willy Wonka in his chocolate bar.
So we're good like this?
I think we're good like that. Okay. That's what I would say.
Spaghetti tacos?
Next up, we have spaghetti tacos.
I've eaten spaghetti tacos on more than one occasion.
Dude,
they are good.
I can see it being good. It's really not... I don't know. I don't think it's out of the question of being, like, gross or not good.
No. It's also one of the few foods on this list that is real. Like, you could go make this.
Yes.
Which I think spaghetti tacos for our age demographic, it is pretty, like, popular. I mean, even my girlfriend's mom knows about them.
Yeah.
Like, this was like a thing. Like, it was just like a weird thing that they came up with and it kind of took off a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially kids our age, like, watching iCarly, like...
You wanted to eat one.
Yeah, you wanted to eat a spaghetti taco. And it was like, okay, why didn't you just go make one?
Because you could, yeah.
For me, this is low A, high B.
I would say, I would also stick this in A. I don't think...
I would put it behind the Harry Potter feast.
I think I would too, personally. I think that just hits more people.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I would say. The next up is this is from Beauty and the Beast, and this is the gray food. The gray whipping stuff. Yeah. I did not know about this. My sister gave me this idea. Shout out Janie. She wants to be on the podcast, by the way.
She's gonna have to talk to our producers about that.
So the gray food apparently has a lot of people, like, there's a lot of conspiracies behind what it is. Like, I just was like, what is this? And I looked it up. I was like, gray food from Beauty and the Beast. There was, like, hundreds of videos on it about people theorizing about what it could be and everything. To me, it kind of looks like meringue to me. Yeah. That's kind of what it's giving to me, but I think it's weird because it's on a plate of, like, other pastries that all look delicious, and it just doesn't. I don't know if it's just the way they colored it because of the lighting or what.
Well, apparently it's more iconic than I would have thought.
I think it is too, because immediately, like, for me, I'm like, oh, this is just probably F tier. Yeah. Not a lot of people know about it, wouldn't really want to eat it. I feel like it lacks, like...
panache?
Yeah. You know, it doesn't really have anything that really... There's no star power. It doesn't really stick out to me. Yeah. So I think that makes it suffer, like, a lot. Like, I think it's an F tier, but maybe it's above the I think it's the highest in F tier, personally. Okay. I don't...
Again, this is sort of our, I mean, we can only do this from our...
Yeah, this is going to be biased.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can really do about that. So, if we offended you with that, I'm not sorry, but...
Yeah, and maybe Come
on here, we'll make this public.
Yeah, it is public, so we'll link it and people can do their own, and if you guys...
Feel free to comment what you think is... but before you comment, like and subscribe, but feel free to comment, which ones you think are wrong. Maybe you think spaghetti tacos is the S of the S tiers. Yeah,
you never know. So, next up after this, we have got Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, baby.
So, Ratatouille, it's gotta be up there.
Dude, Ratatouille, first of all, is one of the most iconic Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Just in general. 2, everyone knows this scene, bro.
Yeah.
When bro bites in and they do the fucking...
The flashback, yeah.
Oh my god. For me, and, I will listen to arguments, but this would be my wild mutt, I think.
I don't think it's bad enough to even be considered that. Like, I think most people would say...
This is A or S.
A or S, I would have to agree. And
I would almost put it over Health Potion.
I don't like the movie.
But again...
Have I told that story on the podcast? Okay. So y'all know I don't really like the movie that much, but that's because of personal...
And dude, it looks so good.
...reasons. It does look good. Have you ever seen... You've had it in real life, right?
I made it, yeah.
I think it kind of doesn't live up to the hype.
Really?
I
think it's pretty good.
Really? For me, didn't live up to the hype.
You have to make it a certain way or else it's just, like, super watery.
Yeah. It, like, wasn't... I was kind of like, wasn't...
I mean, it's just veggies.
Yeah.
It's not like... It's just, like, tomatoes and squash, basically.
But I could see it in A. Now, I think...
I would put it over butterbeer, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think it's high A for sure. I think it's probably slated to be the highest A, personally.
All right.
So next up, we have got ramen from Naruto, specifically from the Ichiraku ramen shop. So, dude, this is very iconic, there's so much merch made about the Ichiraku ramen shop that it was hard for me to actually find. I couldn't find a picture of even Naruto eating it. Yeah. I had to specifically search it out because there's so much merch made. Yeah. I think a lot of people, like, obviously living in the Western world, it's already not going to be as popular.
Yeah, for sure.
I think a lot of people would put this as their goat overseas. Now, me personally, I mean, it is just ramen, so I think that knocks it down.
I do love ramen.
I also love ramen.
Shout out Johnny Noodle King.
But here's the thing for me. Yeah, shout out. Here's the thing for me. Like, I'd rather have Red Gush, personally. Whether or not you agree with that.
I might rather have this over beignets, though.
Huh? Yeah, I would definitely.
I would be willing to do one of those.
Okay. I think that's pretty fair.
Okay.
So next up, this is the leaning cake from
is it a princess movie?
Yes, it's
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I believe it's Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
I should actually look that up to make sure. But this one also idea I got from my sister. A lot
of these like old Disney ones are just iconic because
it's an old Disney movie. Yeah. I think so too. It's very interesting because it's being held up by a broom, which makes me like kind of not want to eat it.
I would almost put this I would rather have the poison apple.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me tell you the reason for that. Okay. One,
dude,
I hate cake.
Almost maybe I feel like we should almost maybe move up the poison apple. Like it feels like a crime to have it down there.
I don't like cake, right? 2, it's being held up by a broom. I'm gonna get a splinter while I eat it.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, it just doesn't have aura, It's like when I think of Sleeping Beauty, I don't go to the cake.
Yeah.
When you think of Snow White,
you think about the apple.
You go 7 dwarves, then bang, there goes the poison apple, right? The lady with the hook nose. Like, it just has aura. I think we may have made a mistake.
Like, the poison apple, I mean...
It might be above Chum Bucket.
It might be above Cheese Touch, dude. Dude, it might be it might be higher than that. Like, okay, yes, you don't want to eat it, but like you want somebody to eat it.
It's S tier in aura and in I like being iconic.
Yeah.
I think we should maybe move it to B.
I mean, that's fair. It's really good.
Do we want to put it here?
I guess
put it.
It's got to be.
You could make this argument.
Dude, you could make an argument that's...
It
could move up a lot.
I think the argument, let's consider, I know we're, from the Western world, but, dude, like you said, you had to look up. There's so much... This is insane.
When I was growing up, I literally had a Ichiraku ramen shop hoodie.
I think this might be fair.
Okay, I would agree. I mean, it's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, I just don't know that you could put it over this Ichiraku. But, alright.
Back from the intermission, sorry. So, yeah, leaning cake. Yep.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. Winnie the Pooh's honey.
We've got honey from Winnie the Pooh.
Bro, when I was a kid, I wanted this really bad.
Yeah, he definitely makes it look pretty delicious.
I mean, think of all the work he does to get it. Bro's got stuck in a tree how many times?
Yeah.
I
think a lot of people know about it too. I actually would argue that people who are older than us would know about it a lot more than us.
I think you might be able to make that argument.
Yeah, I would say so. It looks. It's honey. Everyone loves honey. It doesn't go bad. You know it would be good. I can't really see from there.
Oh, it's the identity Jawbreaker?
Yes.
Dude, specifically the male age demographic of us, the Jawbreaker's up there. Double day.
Who doesn't want the Jawbreaker? Yes.
Bro, Ed's mouth was like this.
Yeah, and they're ears on the side. Crazy thing to animate, by the way, but...
this has to be A or S, I think.
For you? Yeah,
I think it's pretty iconic.
It's pretty iconic.
I want one.
I also really want one. Dude, that poison apple's killing me.
You think it should be higher still?
I don't know, dude. It's such
Let's revisit at the end.
We can revisit at the end. It's such a crazy benchmark that, it just feels... I don't even know. Okay. The Ed, Edd n Eddy Jawbreaker...
It might be over Red Gush.
I feel like it's B. If we're being fair, I think it's B, and I think it's behind the... For me, is it behind the poison apple? I mean, definitely more people know about the poison apple. but like also you'd definitely rather eat one of those big old jawbreakers. Yeah. So, I mean,
we could do that.
Yeah, it's also our list, so we can be biased if we want.
All right.
So next up,
the mustard from.
Next up, we have Reptar bars from Rugrats. So I think we're a little like for me like
it's older people.
It's definitely it wasn't like on when it would be on sometimes, but it wouldn't really be on, and I didn't really grow up with it, so I think for me it kind of makes it a little lower. I would agree with that. I also don't think a lot of people know about it because I didn't know about it before.
I mean, I knew of it, right? But again, I'm just not like I said, I watched Rugrats, but I wasn't like, oh man, I really need to see what Chucky and the gang get into this week.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at some of the future ones.
All right.
Next up we have
Homer's Donuts.
Yeah, the pink sprinkled donuts from The Simpsons.
This is probably one of the most iconic cartoons.
Oh yeah.
This might be more iconic than Krabby Patty.
It's I don't think so.
You gotta think though, but like across the entire age, like there are old people out there who are 80 who don't know what a Krabby Patty is, but every single person in America knows what one of Homer's Donuts look like. I
think it's S tier for sure. I do still think that Krabby Patty's higher.
Really?
I would have to say.
I think this is more than the Wonka bar. For sure.
Yeah, I would agree, and Health Potion too for sure.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine you wouldn't. Next up,
dude, green eggs and ham.
A hard hitting green eggs and ham.
I do not want them here or there. I do not want them anywhere.
Yeah.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them semi-ham. But at the end of the story, thank you, Sam. I do. I like green eggs and ham.
You know what? He gets an appreciation for it.
He does, and it's really all thanks to Sam and his nonstop pestering. On a train, in the rain, in a box with a fox, in a house with a mouse.
Yeah.
Here and there,
dude.
Everywhere. Iconic, but
yeah,
surely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's up there even with like the Wonka bar.
But do I want to eat it though?
Yes.
I do want to eat it,
in fact, we've been fed it multiple times in elementary school.
But I feel like I'd rather have. I feel like it's in B for me.
Really? I think it would be an A.
Because of how iconic it is. Yeah. That's fair.
And how much aura it has. Look at Sam, bro. He got drip.
That's a fair argument.
I would argue that it's...
God, the poison apple.
We'll come back to it. I would almost argue...
More people probably know about it than spaghetti tacos, but I'd also much rather eat
spaghetti. Yeah. I think this is like fair.
Yeah. That's fine.
Or we could do this. If you...
No, I think it's good. Plus, I think the story makes it higher.
Okay, this is one of Bob's Burgers.
So next up, we have Bob's Burgers Burger.
I've never watched Bob's Burgers.
Okay, I have. Not the biggest fan of it, yeah. I must admit. And I feel like when I was typing it out and I looked at the image, I kind of went like this.
Yeah.
It just didn't really...
I mean, Bob's
as
Burgers
weird as it is,
popular cartoon.
It is, and I know there's a lot of diehards and stuff. As weird as it is, I actually don't think that like people think about the burgers when they think about the show. Really,
no, I don't either. I would put this like even below a Pretty Patty for me. I think right below a Pretty Patty is fine. Above the cake.
Yeah.
You'd rather have the burger.
Dude, maybe we should move the health inspector one.
No, that's a good spot.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not thinking about the conversation
that's true
surrounding it when we put it there, Okay, Scooby Snacks?
Yep, next up we got Scooby Snacks.
Again, I would argue that Scooby Snacks might be more iconic than a Krabby Patty.
Really?
I really think so. Spanning all age ranges, you got to think Scooby-Doo started in like 1960.
That's true, but SpongeBob's international.
Yeah, so is Scooby.
Is it though?
You got to think about all the crossovers they had. Yes, I would. Dude, they have Japanese episodes. There's one where Shaggy turns into Godzilla.
That's true.
That means it's hitting the Eastern markets.
That's true.
I would argue that...
I think it'd be fair to be put in the S.
I
don't think
that it's over
Homer's. I would too. I still don't think it dethrones Krabby Patty. I don't know. Maybe I'm being biased.
We'll put this. If we were to split the list, probably nothing between our arguments would change other than I would put Scooby Snacks first and he would put Krabby Patty first. So we'll leave that mark there.
Dude, is
this the sandwich from Lilo and Stitch?
No, it's not. Oh. This one is a sandwich from Scooby-Doo.
I think those giant tall stacked sandwiches by Shaggy they're not as iconic as Scooby Snacks, but they are in their own right iconic.
Yeah.
Everyone, if someone posts like a picture of a crazy sandwich, everyone's, they're quoting it and saying, "This is that shit
Yeah.
Scooby and Shaggy
Yeah.
are eating," Do I want one? Absolutely. Have I made them before? Yes.
I feel like there's always that kind of, you kind of have like this urge to try it. Like, could I do it?
Yeah.
Probably not, but
I would put this as the number one in B tier, I think.
Really, number one in B tier? I would put it as the number one in C tier, personally.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd rather have a beignet?
Yeah, I think I would.
You think a beignet is also...
You know why, though? Because I've had it. I feel like the flavor is unremarkable.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Because it's just a sandwich. All it is a big sandwich.
But it's not just a sandwich. You got to think of the way... it's like when Remy took the cheese and the strawberry.
At the same
time. It's the way things come together. But you know what? I'm not that, like, hearts...
Sure.
Like, yeah, I'm not that, like, against it.
Next up...
Popeye spinach.
Classic. Go.
Yeah. Means definitely is nostalgic for me.
Rumble in the Jungle episode.
Again, dude, I think as we're doing this, I'm finding out that there's a lot more cartoon foods that are more iconic than Krabby Patty. Because Popeye spinach, I think, is more iconic than a Krabby Patty.
Dude, I also don't think so. Because I think that there's an age range where it kind of dies off.
I don't, but I think you could go to the average person on the street and say, "Hey, what is Popeye's spinach?"
That's true.
And like Popeye's spinach is sold in stores.
That's true. We've got some.
I'm not saying it deserves to be higher than a Krabby Patty. I'm just saying I'm finding out that there's a lot more
that rivals the Krabby Patty. That's a fair point.
Being iconic, because normally.
But this feels very Western to me.
Yes, for sure. Like, there's no one in Japan or, like, Saudi Arabia that's like Popeye spinach.
Yeah.
I would put this...
I do want to... Okay, here's my thing. I do really want to eat it. I don't
like spinach.
I also like spinach. I know, okay, a lot of things in the list would probably taste better, but if it makes me... if it makes me buff...
Bro built a ship in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he like spat out the bolts and everything. I want to eat that. For me, I think it belongs in A.
Oh, okay.
Maybe S. I would say high A, maybe S.
Okay, I was thinking high B.
Really?
Yeah, but I could agree. I would put this over... Man, I'm really like finding myself like wanting to go like that. I would put this maybe over... Maybe here then?
Yeah, I would say. I want to eat it because I want to be big and strong.
Yeah. And it did what it was supposed to do. Is this the...
I gotta see.
Lady in the Tramp?
No, I think it's something different. I don't think
it's the hot chocolate from Polar Express.
Yeah, yep. Polar Express hot chocolate.
One of the kids.
Sorry, the crop is bad.
Aura, a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
Mostly thanks to the conductor. We got
and you know what? You want that, like growing up watching the movie. You go, I want hot chocolate.
I want to drink hot chocolate while I watch the movie.
And you know what? Every year you see a picture of it, pretty much.
And you know what? Polar Express is one of those movies that even people who don't like animated movies,
classic.
Watch. Yeah,
so good.
It's definitely a classic, appreciated in its own time.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to say A tier.
I am too, and I'm going to put it above butterbeer for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Spinach.
I would agree with that.
Also,
I don't think when you think of food, you go, like cartoon food, I don't think you think of it, but...
I think that it's sort of a seasonal thing, but like when it is that season, it invokes a strong feeling in people.
Next up, we got the bugs from Lion King. Okay. Obviously, it's not going to be high up. Because, really, who wants to? That being said... Yeah. But, I would say it's pretty iconic. Here's the thing. They made the bugs look pretty good.
They did.
As far,
do we want that over Chum?
Dude, kinda.
Over the cheese. Well, the cheese touch is there because of how iconic.
Yeah, you don't want to eat that.
No.
I think it's in C, and I think it's high C. Like, people know about Lion King.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's fair. Right?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. The Bugs Bunny carrot.
Next up, we got the Bugs Bunny carrot.
Was that one of your mom's?
Huh? No, that was mine.
That was a great idea. Okay. First of all, I'm going to add a fourth just for this one. Okay. The crunch. All right. First of all, it's an intro to watching movies.
Nah.
You know, and it's like when certain movies end or whatever. You know, you hear that, and then you know they do the
little like Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Obviously, it's iconic.
It is iconic.
Picture Bugs Bunny. He's got a carrot in his hand.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll say this though.
The colorage is fantastic.
I'll say this. I feel like the carrot falls off because I feel like while it is there and it's present, I feel like a lot of people don't think about it. Like, if you were to make this list, like, and when I was looking at the other lists, nobody had that.
But still,
you could say that about a lot of the stuff that we have here.
That's true. I mean, who's putting lion chain bugs in here?
Actually, a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, who's putting the worms or reptar bars?
Yeah, nobody.
My gripe with it is when you think of Bugs Bunny, it's not the first thing that comes to mind.
No, definitely not.
That comes to mind is, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, it's there, but it's not as iconic. By the way, the picture that I included was from the Looney Tunes show. If you haven't watched it, you really should. It's way different than regular Looney Tunes. It's, like, very, very good. Way ahead of its time.
Okay.
You know, for me, like,
I think it's above the Chum Bucket Chum.
Maybe B tier, maybe.
B? Okay.
I would say. I feel like it fits in more with that. I think it's above the beignet, personally.
Do you think it's above the Jawbreaker?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like more people would know about, like, if you put out a test and you gave it to everyone in the world and you went...
But more people would rather eat the Jawbreaker than the carrot.
That's a fair point.
And I think the
personally,
Jawbreaker has more aura than the
for me,
carrot does.
it does. For me personally, that's correct.
Okay.
So if I'm trying to be objective, so the next one, I know the picture is hard to see.
This is not iconic at all.
Purple Flurp from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh wait, never mind. Oh, I was thinking of this. Okay.
No, this is Purple Flurp from Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
You know, this one for me,
it's iconic.
It is.
But again, it's really our age demographic.
That's true. Like,
Carl Weezer's doing a lot of the carrying.
Definitely, it's kind of low-key kind of making me rethink about Red Gush.
It's not better than Red Gush.
Really? I would rather have it than Red Gush, personally.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I also think more people watch Jimmy Neutron than Johnny Test, personally.
And Jimmy Neutron didn't get a reboot. Johnny Test did.
It's true, but Johnny Test didn't get a movie.
That's true. Or did they have a crossover episode?
They don't. Well, they do. Jimmy Neutron does have a crossover.
No, but does Johnny Test have a crossover? Ooh. Then I think it belongs above The Feast, but below Winnie Pooh's Honey. I think it's the number one thing in B tier.
Really?
Yeah.
I personally think it's below The Feast, but that's just me. I'm pretty biased when it comes to that, so I'll trust your judgment if you say it's a better.
I think that it's above the
Feast.
You gotta think, I don't really want to eat this. Like,
that's
it's
true.
Just frosting. You know?
That's true.
But it is more iconic, but I think I think that's... Alright.
Next up, we've got cheese from Wallace and Gromit. Surprisingly didn't see this in a lot of lists.
Because I don't really think it's that iconic.
Really? He always talks about cheese.
Yeah, but you gotta... Wallace and Gromit is like...
It's also not that big here.
Really good. Yeah, it's not huge. Not a lot of people are like watching that sort of.
I think it's just
motion.
Yeah. I think it's us. I think it's our area.
Yeah, like I like Wallace and Gromit, and I think they're all good. And if you haven't watched it, you should watch them
or play the games. They're very fun.
Yeah. So I think because of that, one, I don't really want to eat it because I don't like cheese. Two, I just don't think it's as popular as it should be. Right? I think that's what. It does have aura, but that's because Wallace and Gromit have aura.
It does, and that's the same thing with the Bugs Bunny carrot.
I would almost...
I'm going to say C. Somewhere in C.
Okay.
Like
I was
maybe...
going to put it as the number one in D, so where do you think it belongs in C?
I think more people would know about it, surely, than Reptar bars, and maybe the right, like...
Right here?
Yeah. I don't know. Dude, it being behind how to fried worms.
No, but you gotta think of how iconic this is too. Like, there's a lot of things going into it.
But I feel like people in like the United Kingdom, like, I feel like our regular show in Adventure Time is like their Wallace and Gromit.
Okay, well, where do we want to put it?
That's true. It's our show. Yeah.
I think it belongs
That's fine there. That's fine there.
The chili dogs from Sonic, dude. You got it. Sonic is insanely popular. Think of all the furries out there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Sonic is up there.
A lot of people like Sonic.
I would argue that if you sat down and looked at it, it'd probably end up being in like one of the top 10 like franchises of that sort of all time.
Huge.
The thing is though, is the chili dogs, is that like a continual thing, or is that only from that?
It's only from shows, so it's in most of the shows.
Okay, so it is.
It's in like Sonic X. That's front.
The Sonic Adventures or whatever.
Yeah. What's the newest one? Frontiers? I don't even know.
Okay.
I know it's in there, and I think it's referenced in some.
Do I want to eat it? Yeah, I like chili dogs.
I like chili dogs as well.
Is it popular? Yes. It's probably even more popular than we think it is.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Does it have aura?
Eh.
I mean, it is a hedgehog eating a chili dog.
For some reason, it's just not doing it for me.
It doesn't have that much aura. But I do think it belongs in C tier.
I would agree with that.
I would put it above the Chum Bucket Chum.
You would? If we're being objective, yeah, probably. Would I rather eat it? Oh, for sure.
I just think that more, like, whatever level we think this is popular at, I think
it's probably
it's more popular than we think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, what is...
Next up, we've got the Krabby Patty. This is the last SpongeBob one. This is the Krabby Patty with the jellyfish jelly on it.
Dude.
Hey, all you people.
Do I want to eat it?
Hey, all you people, won't you listen to me?
Okay, where do I think that is? Just because we're pushing time a little bit?
Yeah, realistically, in between Pretty Patty and...
I was going to put it higher. I was going to put it B tier.
Really? I think more people know about Pretty Patties.
Yeah, but I would way rather eat that.
Than a Pretty Patty?
Yeah.
I think I would say too. I think it goes above it for me.
Here?
That's where I would put it, yeah.
Okay. Dude, Garfield's lasagna?
So next up, we have Garfield's lasagna. Great.
Insanely iconic.
Yeah.
I would argue that it's more iconic than almost everything in A tier.
Yeah, more. Would you say more than Ratatouille? I might.
Its reach is further than Ratatouille's is.
I would have to say.
I think it looks as good as Ratatouille. No.
No, I'm not a big lasagna guy.
I hate lasagna.
Oh, really?
It's my least favorite pasta dish.
I think I would put it below spinach, personally.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. I would argue that it's above, but I'm not that, like I can...
Because of what? Reach, you think?
How iconic it is. Yeah. I mean, that's, like... The thing is, you think of Popeye, you think of spinach. You think of Garfield, you think of lasagna. But I think more people know who Garfield... Especially with this new movie that just came out. It just reached a whole new demographic of kids.
True.
You know? But I'm not so... Like, that's not one that I feel, like, very...
No, you convinced me.
Okay.
We could flip.
I think this one is above. Okay.
Next up, we've got
Pawtucket Patriot Ale.
Yeah, the Pawtucket Patriot Ale. So this is Family Guy. Yep, the Quahog beer.
I think it is definitely popular, but again, America.
And you know what? I feel like it's criminal, kind of, that I didn't put Duff from The Simpsons.
That is true.
That is way better. So maybe we can put them together.
Okay,
just for the sake of it.
So we'll call this the Duff Patriot. Actually, wasn't there a whole episode where Patriot Ale was just Duff beer?
Was it?
Yeah, they just were stealing the recipe. So
actually, really?
Yeah. So we'll just do a Duff Patriot. Duff beer is super iconic.
It is. You know about it.
Like, Americans know what
you know about it.
We didn't even know what this one was called, though. Like, we knew what the logo was.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't know what it was called.
Yeah.
I would argue middle B.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Would you put it over ramen? Would you put it over Red Gush?
I would put it in the middle. I would put it above Jawbreakers.
But below the apple?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have to move that.
Yeah, that apple's going to
have to move. Ninja Turtles pizza.
Next up, we got Ninja Turtles pizza.
Do I want it? This might be one of the things I want the most on this entire list.
Oh, yeah.
It might be the number one thing.
It looks great.
And, the way Mikey was feeling about it just makes me want to eat them.
That's true. And I know that, as far as how iconic it is, I know that it's definitely, like, it's in every iteration.
Yeah.
That being said, I would say it's less synonymous. Because, like, you go Garfield, lasagna. You go...
Ninja Turtles, you might go pizza.
Really? I don't think so, personally.
Okay.
That's just me talking. I don't really think so. You think like Ninja Popeyes, Turtles, you think Scooby.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one and the same.
Would you put it above Duff beer?
For me? Oh yeah, I would put it in A for me.
You think?
Yeah, I would. For me, it's
might be the last one.
For me, really?
Just because of
I would say maybe above spaghetti tacos, maybe. I feel like more people have to know about it. And I also would rather have the pizza.
Yeah. It's not more popular than the Feast, I don't think. Because the Feast just has a wider reach, bro. I gotta stop doing that. Okay.
So the next one I have is the floating pizza from Jimmy Neutron.
Hey, I don't want the floating pizza from Jimmy Neutron.
We're starting to get into some out-of-pocket ones.
It's like Papa John's, bro. I don't want it.
It looks disgusting. It's a sentient being.
Yeah. So
it's floating around.
Yeah.
I just had to add it because not enough people know about it. We need to spread awareness for the floating pizza.
Would you rather eat the chum burger or the floating pizza?
You're putting it in F. It'd probably Yeah, I'd probably put it. I think I'd rather. They actually do eat it at the end. I think I'd rather have it than the corporate burger personally.
Okay, but not. I would rather have
the meringue.
Yeah. Please tell me that this is what Shrek was cooking.
No, it's not.
Oh.
This is Calcifer, from Howl's Moving Castle, the breakfast they made.
Oh, Studio Ghibli food?
Yep, so it's got bacon and eggs.
If we're going to call it Studio Ghibli food, it's automatically an A, because Studio Ghibli food is iconic.
I think, to be fair, we have to do that, because again, that's one of those things that I could just include, like...
If you say Studio Ghibli to the average person, they're going to say food.
Yeah.
Like, the food is what... For people who don't watch Studio Ghibli movies for studio, like, you know...
It's really, really good. Food. I think it belongs in A.
I think it belongs over butterbeer before hot chocolate.
Yeah, I could do that.
That would be my personal one. Now, is this his secret noodle recipe?
So the next one that we have is Kung Fu Panda. It's a picture of dumplings. I'm going to assume it's any dish from Kung Fu Panda.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's his dad's secret noodle recipe.
Secret noodle recipe?
The secret ingredient is nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, that's beautiful.
Okay? It is.
It sort of goes along with the entire story of, you know... I mean, that's what makes the Dragon Scroll click for Poe.
The Dragon Warrior.
So, is it iconic? I think even in terms of Kung Fu Panda, maybe not that much.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Do I want to eat it? Yes.
I want to eat it too.
I want to eat it more than Naruto's ramen. But it's less iconic than Naruto's
Oh, for
ramen.
sure.
And it has more aura, but I think that's a personal bias of aura.
I think I'm putting it above the beignet, personally.
I agree. I would argue...
Could be lower, maybe.
No, I think it's...
Think more...
Me,
yeah.
I could argue that it's over the carrot, just because I want to eat it more. But I think that its notability sort of pulls it down a little bit.
Yep. So
this one should have been the last one. That boy's been sitting at the bottom. All right.
So the next one we have Devil Fruit from One Piece. So
that's the thing that gives you powers, right?
It does. Yeah, when you eat it, it gives you powers. I haven't watched all of One Piece. I just loosely know about it. So please cut me some slack.
I've watched none of One Piece.
If the Innominate Anime podcast is watching this, please let's do a Devil Fruit tier list. Educate us. Yeah. So when you eat it, it does make you unable to swim, though. You, sink to the bottom, which in an anime about pirates, pretty significant.
That is pretty cool, though.
So I think this one that I have is the Gum Fruit, which gives you Mr. Fantastic powers. But there's a ton of them.
That's the one that, the hell was his name?
Luffy.
Yeah, 8, right?
Yep. So they give you powers, and they make you not be able to swim.
Is it iconic? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Probably all over, especially with the Netflix live action, bringing it, a little bit more over to the web.
And it's huge. It's it's like the greatest selling manga of all time. Its impact's
so
I think it goes.
It might be. I mean, you're already right behind Scooby Snacks for me for that.
Yeah.
Well, do I want to eat it? Yes, I want superpowers, and I would trade my ability to swim for superpowers.
I would too. Yep.
Does it have aura? Dude, it's called Devil Fruit.
Yeah, and they look cool too.
For me, that's where I'm putting it. I would put it right here.
Wow.
You got to think everything we just said was just about S tier.
Yeah, that's true. But do it.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think if
someone else was doing this, they might put it over both Scooby Snacks and Krabby Patties, but I'm not putting it over Scooby Snacks. I didn't think Krabby Patty should be over Scooby Snacks. But I agree with, my friend's argument that it could be. And despite the geographic, there are clearly more people in Asian countries than in America. Mm-hmm. So more people know about it by numbers. It doesn't have the aura that Scooby Snacks has, and it never will. So that's where I'm going to put it.
Okay. So the next one we have is Mario Mushroom.
It's iconic.
It's iconic.
Nintendo's huge all over the world.
Yep, it is huge all over the world.
Mario's the biggest Nintendo.
You know it. Yeah. You look at it, you know it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely up there. It just makes you taller.
Do I want to eat it? Not really.
I mean, I think a lot of people would want to. I don't think it's going to taste good. It does have eyes. I'm just kind of noticing that.
But I put it in A, maybe?
I think you have to with its reach. I feel like you have to.
Would you put it above the spinach or below the spinach? Garfield's lasagna has more aura, I think.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe it does belong above spinach. It probably does.
Just for its reach?
Yeah.
I don't think it has as much aura, but I think its reach is great. Okay.
So the next one
I've been eyeing this one since we started.
Shout out to Brianna. She gave me the idea for this. My lovely girlfriend. The item right now is chocolate milk from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Dude, don't remember this. I don't remember the chocolate milk from it. Okay. She's like, what do you mean? It's like a huge thing about it. And I'm like, I watched a show. I don't personally remember it.
I remember it, but it's not the first thing that comes to my head.
I mean, everyone loves chocolate milk.
Yeah, do I want to drink it? Yeah. Notability, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is already low on the totem pole of Cartoon Network. And we've talked about Foster's before on this podcast.
Yeah.
While it's great, and I did enjoy watching it, it's very low on the Cartoon Network totem pole.
Not a lot of people know about it.
And again, this is just chocolate milk.
It is.
I would argue that more people might know what Reptar bars are.
I would have to agree. I think more people know about the Krabby Patty that killed the health inspector.
I might go right here.
Yeah, even though it definitely would taste better.
I would want it more than all of these things. But it has you have to think, this is in D because of how it would kill us if we ate it. And it has insane notability.
Yeah. Yeah.
And aura. That Reptar bars have more aura than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, we have Sensu Bean.
This would just bring you back to life if you ate the...
I don't think it brings you back to life. I know that it can just heal injuries and it makes you feel restored.
So as long as we ate it within a few seconds of eating the poison apple,
yep.
We'd be okay.
So yeah, it's the Sensu Bean from Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, Dragon Ball Z is I'm gonna go just flat out and say it's the most popular anime of all time.
It's very popular.
It has if you think about the worldwide spread, Mexicans are carrying this. That's what's beating out One Piece. One Piece might be the most best-selling manga of all time, but also, isn't there more of it? Isn't it crazy long?
It's crazy long. The manga, I think, has been... The runtime's probably similar to Dragon Ball Z.
If you go... Bro, there are grandmas in Mexico who know who Goku is. Okay? Do they know what a Senzu Bean is? That's a little bit different. I think you gotta put it in, A or S. I just think it's just not as known. I think middle A, honestly. I would almost put it in between Studio Ghibli food and butterbeer.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because it's not the first thing you think of when you think of Dragon Ball, though it is iconic.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball's notability alone is getting this thing to A. Okay. I don't know what these two things are.
Next up is Cake from Minecraft.
These two are insane.
Yeah. Okay. Next up we have Cake from Minecraft. People know about it. But it's the best-selling video game.
Yes, but if you say food from Minecraft, the first thing you're thinking of is that god-awful meat.
Really? I personally think of the next item that I put on here. But for the cake, I threw it in there because got to pay homage to it. And it was just an idea I had.
I hate cake. So for me, I would rather eat this cake. So
really?
This is the number one in F tier for me.
It does heal you, I will say.
This one
has
more aura.
I guess not really.
That looks like a Pop-Tart. It doesn't even look like cake. But where do you think it should be?
Where do you don't want sharp angles on your cake.
No, I would put it here, but I'm
above the meringue
to say whatever you think it should be. That's where I'll put it. Because you have more.
I think its notoriety carries it. like above Bob's Burgers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
More people know about Minecraft.
All right.
Next up,
this is the apple for Minecraft.
yeah, it's the next up we have the God Apple or the Notch Apple from Minecraft. Now this actually heals you.
Okay.
It gives you like regeneration. It heals you. It makes you immediately like full basically, and
So
just
it's better than a health potion.
It's great.
It's not as notable as a health potion.
I don't think so either, but I think it belongs. I think it belongs behind it. Best-selling video. Yeah, best-selling video game in the world. I think.
Wow.
I think we gotta pay homage to it. That's just me personally.
Okay.
And it's pretty sweet too. I mean, it's a golden apple.
All right. I'll take you. I was gonna put it like behind the poison apple.
Okay.
All right.
So
the
then,
VeggieTales veggies.
The next one is the VeggieTales veggies. So the actual people.
Aura? Yes, they do. Are they notable? Extremely.
Yeah.
Do I want to eat them? Not at all. You gotta put this above Reptar bars, cheese, Chum Bucket, chum.
Maybe above Lion King bugs.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a very Western thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know because it's like religious based, so it might have a.
That's true.
Than you think.
That's true.
We're not really plugged into those.
Tapped in like that.
Yeah.
It's true. I didn't really grow up watching VeggieTales.
I seen a few, but like, and even like when I was watching them, I wasn't watching them because they were religious. Like I didn't even pick up on that until someone told me about it.
Yeah.
All right.
The next one is Kevin from SpongeBob.
This was the last ad.
This was a last minute ad that my brother had.
Kevin the Sea Cucumber.
Kevin the Sea Cucumber. Very out of pocket, very crazy.
Does he have aura? Negative, actually.
Yeah.
Is he notable? Yeah, he's like a C-tier SpongeBob background character.
Yeah. Would you rather have that would you rather eat Kevin or the health inspector burger?
The health inspector burger. I would actually rather eat this pizza.
I think he belongs in F tier too.
Would you rather eat I would rather eat him than a chum burger.
I would rather eat him than a chum burger. I'd rather have a corporate.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, I think theirs is good.
All right.
So next up we have Lemonade from Fairly Odd Parents. So you might not remember this. This is a very specific callback. This one's kind of just for me. There's just one episode.
Where they have lemonade?
Yeah, I think it's called like Fruit of the Odds. I actually screen capped the episode that it's from. So it's Fairly Odd Parents Lemonade. It's just regular lemonade. That's it is.
We could have done any of the food from the intro too for that giant.
I thought about that.
I love
Guava
lemonade.
juice.
Do I want to drink it? Yes.
Yeah.
Notability is probably one of the least on this list.
Yeah.
It might actually be the least on this list.
I don't think a lot of people know of it, which
Because
makes
at least
it.
This was a big thing, and I think this is the least notable thing on the list right now.
Yeah, it's a one-off episode.
But I like lemonade. I think over the Pretty Patties.
You know, for me, I don't know. I think for me, it's below Bub's Burgers.
Really?
You know, as much as I want lemonade, there's so many. On the list, I'd rather eat like so much other stuff than just have a glass of lemonade.
I think notability might even
tank it. Yeah.
For that.
Like, dude, maybe it's like by the meringue.
I mean, I think it's. I would have it.
That's
so
true.
Much more than the meringue.
That's true.
The meringue does have a lot of like, you know, its name apparently carries a lot of weight. But all right, a couple more. Yeah,
we're down to the final four. So next up, we have Brain Freeze Slushies from Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Okay, Fanboy and Chum Chum was one of those shows where I actively felt my brain cells falling out while I was watching.
Yeah, dude, just, you know.
It was stupid.
It was always on when I was about to go to bed.
Yeah.
And so I was always on. Dude, I personally...
Not a lot of people that watch it because it was like one of the last shows that came out before all of those networks sort of fell from
grace. The end of an era.
That being said, do I want it? Yeah, I do.
Really?
I want the...
I do want it. Not that much, though. I think it could be the crude art style, and I like crude art styles, but I just think...
It's like 3D animated.
It was 3D animated, and like, I don't know.
Everyone had buck teeth.
Yeah, something about seeing Fanboy and Chum Chum drink it kind of made me not want it. Like, low-key, I didn't really...
Oh, yeah.
You know...
Put it in...
For me, it's somewhere in F. I'm gonna
put it here.
I could see that.
I want it more than a Reptar bar.
That could be a little bit more biased, but yeah.
Well,
that's good.
We'll take it. Because Bias is about to get me on the second for next one, by the way. That will be my wild one.
The next one is Thrice Cream from Chowder. So this is the ice cream that eventually turned into a person, by the way.
Yeah. Chowder, one of the best cartoons I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a great cartoon. It's literally gourmet based. Had to pay some tributes to it, some homage to it.
It's a goat.
They
got schnitzel.
They do have schnitzel. For me, Thrice Cream is the food that I wanted the most. They do a lot of foods that are like kind of close to like real foods, but not really.
Yeah.
In the cone form, it just looks like ice cream. Yeah. It's like it looks like it could be like a mint flavor.
Yeah.
Mint chocolate chip.
I'm a mint chocolate chip fan.
I am as well.
I don't want it more than a Shaggy and Scooby sandwich, though.
I don't want it more than that either.
I also don't think it carries as much weight as that.
No, I think it might go above the brain freeze.
Really? I was thinking it might go above Hot Eat Fried Worms.
Really? I don't think so. I don't know.
It doesn't have the notability that has. I
it is better, though.
An argument for this, then, at least.
Yeah, okay. I'm cool with that.
Right here.
Just paying homage to...
I want to do this one last.
Okay, paying homage to Chowder.
Okay.
So the next one that we have is... I don't exactly remember which one it is. I don't know if it's Fantasia or if it's like the Tiny Tim one, but it's the Mickey Mouse thin slice of bread. And they cut the bean in half, so it's the paper thin piece of bread.
Yeah.
That Donald literally like looks through and it's like transparent.
I don't think it's Fantasia. I think it's the other one.
I think yeah. But either way, I think a lot of people know about it.
Yeah. It's sort of like a meme now.
It is kind of a meme now. So I think that makes it more...
Does it have aura? Yes,
yeah.
It does. Dude, you know how thin you'd have to see through it?
It's like, I kind of want to eat it too.
I do. I imagine it would just melt in your mouth. But it's so thin that I want it. Does it have a lot of cachet? Yeah, a little bit panache. It's somewhere in D or C, I think, though.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I just, it might be over Jake's sandwich.
Yeah, that's where I was literally thinking.
Okay. That's what I think. All right.
And then the final one.
Psychowitz Coconuts.
Yep, from Victorious. Psychowitz Coconut.
Okay. First of all, they make you see hallucinations. That's a positive.
Okay.
You don't need to do drugs or LSD or acid. You can just drink some coconut milk. Okay. Do they have aura? Infinite amount of aura. Okay.
He did make me want to I feel like you just want to drink something from a coconut.
Dude, it's infinite aura. Do I want it? I want it more than I want a Wonka bar.
Really?
Yes, really. Really.
No, dude. I don't think it's fair to do that. Okay.
It doesn't have to be fair.
Maybe you can.
I'm not saying it goes above Wonka bar. I'm saying I want it more than I want a Wonka bar.
Fair. That's fair.
Notability in our age range, very high.
Yeah, but I think...
But that's...
The reach that you get from the... I think it belongs in A.
I do think it belongs in A. I think it belongs over... I think it belongs right behind lasagna.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Definitely not. I don't think. You think more people know about...
No, but I think it has way more aura, and I want it more than a mushroom.
The mushroom?
I want it way more than I want any of these things.
Really? Even the Popeyes spinach?
Even the Popeye spinach.
You can get powers, basically?
I think it has more aura than the Popeye. Dude, it's got an insane amount of aura. But again, I will listen to your thing.
For me, I think if we're being fair, it's probably like low A. Like, I don't know. It kind of feels crazy to me that we have spaghetti tacos. I would rather have it than spaghetti tacos.
Think about how popular spaghetti tacos was when we were a kid.
That's true. Somewhere there is probably fine.
Okay. Where are we moving this thing to, man?
I don't know. The poison apple has been giving me so much grief because it just feels wrong. Like, it feels out of place. Like
it needs to be right here.
Or something. Like, it's so iconic. People know about it.
Dude, look how much aura it has.
It's so cool.
It's a skull. Do we put it over this apple? I might put it... Dude.
It's just going all the way up. Maybe it is an S. Maybe it's...
I think it might be an S. Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. Where was it? I'm just gonna do this.
It was like,
if this was my list, the only thing that I would change is that Scooby-Doo would be above Krabby Patty and Psychowitz would be right behind Ratatouille. Dude, this apple might be third.
Yeah, I think it belongs in S. I think it's pretty well known. And you don't want to eat it, but as like a tool.
You have to think, too, that's not even like Disney. Like, that goes back a long time.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
That goes back to like
fairy tales and stuff.
Yeah, the Grimm brothers. I think I'm okay with this.
Me too.
Is there anything that we want to... I think this firmly... We should have done like a cake tier. And we just put this one in.
Yeah.
That scene makes me want to throw up every time.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. So I think we can...
I think that's a successful first tier list episode.
Yeah, I think we can call this meeting adjourned.
Yeah, let us know which ones you want us to tier list next.
Yeah.
We're going to be cutting this episode just so you're aware.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Glad that we got to do this. There'll probably be more, and we'll link this so you guys can do it. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Let us know your opinions, and anything else?
See you next week.
Yeah. Love you. Peace.